Hello beautiful soul, this is Ashanta Liot. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about the importance of not distracting ourselves and how that for me is actual self-care. Especially in these days, in the past days, I've not been feeling so well. I have been feeling like there is something that I need to address. In the past, what I would have done right now is, like watch Netflix, eat junk food, go out and distract myself, maybe drink. I used to smoke weed as a way of self-medicating and not thinking about problems, or smoke cigarettes. Ways you can distract yourself are so many, like especially with social media and the internet right now, you can distract yourself as much as you want. I used to do this a lot. I used to distract myself as much as I could, to the point that I wasn't feeling connected to my body and to my emotions anymore. And that's when I stopped distracting myself, which means I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, I stopped using social media too much. I stopped so many things, and that stopping all those things also got me to rethink about my relationships and what friendships I had. That's, if that's something that interests you, just let me know in the comments. I just want my story and my personal experience to be of help, and yeah, whatever you want me to talk about, I will. So just let me know in the comments. But to come back to the actual topic, I used to distract myself a lot because I was scared to actually ask myself, what are you feeling? Why are you feeling it? What can I do to feel better? And now I decided to start addressing my problems, and I actually understood that this is actually self-care. Because when you're not feeling well, yeah, you can soothe yourself and just indulge in the pleasures that this life gives us, and that's of course something that we have to do because we are spiritual, we are bodies, we are spirits having a physical experience. So of course you need to enjoy the earthly pleasures, but I feel like when you start doing that too much and not actually focusing on the work that you should do, then that becomes a problem. And right now what I'm doing in these days is try and distract myself as little as possible. This means not going out too much, or not spending too much time on social media, or even not spending too much time creating content if that's not making me address things that I need to address. And I want to invite you to address your negative feelings, because in the end they're not problems, they're not these huge obstacles that we cannot face. I feel like if the universe put us in a certain situation that it's maybe it seems negative and it seems difficult and it seems like we cannot do it, it's just a test to make us understand that we can actually do it, because otherwise it wouldn't have happened to us. If it's there, if it presents itself on our path, then it means that we can do it, that we can address it, and that when we actually face it, we will be able to overcome it. And that will make us understand how strong we are, how many amazing things we can do, and it's going to make us proud. While if we distract ourselves, then of course you're just gonna distract yourself. You're gonna feel good in the moment, I had an amazing ice cream and I watched that amazing TV show on Netflix, but the problem is not gonna go away, it's not gonna get solved, and it's gonna present itself again in your life, and so you're back at square one all the time. while addressing a problem might be uncomfortable at first and difficult and might be scary, but after you're gonna feel amazing, like honestly the best you could feel. And I'm trying right now to work with that fear, you know, like the fear of addressing things. Sometimes I'm human, so I just feel like I want to quit or I want to run away from the problems because it seems easier. But then I stop and I'm like, okay, we want to feel good. We actually want to really feel good, and this might be, you know, a blessing in disguise. This problem might be a lesson, an amazing lesson that can help you in the future. So let's see what we can do right now to, you know, address it and feel better. And I guess I'm gonna share a few ways that I like to address my problems with, because I feel like, you know, sometimes, like most of the times, you don't even know how to do that. You feel like, well, yeah, I want to solve this thing and just, you know, feel better, but how do I even do it? I don't know, because nobody taught us that. Like, the only thing we're taught is to distract ourselves and run away from things and just hope that they're going to solve themselves, like by themselves, but that doesn't always happen. So the way that I like to address my problems and my negative emotions and feelings is, first of all, acknowledge them. Like, that's the first thing you have to do. Just be like, you know, I know you're there. Might be sadness, might be anger, might be, I don't know, yeah, whatever, but just be like, okay, I'm sad, I'm feeling sad. You're not sad because you're not that emotion, you're just feeling that way in that moment. But yeah, just be like, I'm feeling sad right now. Why? Well, where does this come from? And don't be judgmental about it, and don't be like, oh, I'm sad again, what the fuck, why do I always have to be sad? Can't you just be happy? Or I knew that something would have happened and now I'm sad again because that's what I deserve. Like, don't be like that. Don't be like that towards yourself. You don't deserve that kind of judgment. You really deserve love and understanding and compassion, especially if you're not feeling well. Like, the first person that should feel compassion towards yourself is you. So just acknowledge how you're feeling without any judgment. And then what I like to do is also locate the emotion and the sensation in the body. So for example, in these days I'm feeling like sad, but like deeply sad, and like I feel fear. And what I feel, it's like a big circle in my stomach and in my chest. It's literally like in my solar plexus. That's what I feel. And it's quite, you know, I feel like it's quite a deep hole that goes almost to my back. And it's quite big, you know, like a basketball, I will say. And I feel it's quite warm. And that's what I start working with. Like, this is what I'm feeling in my body. And then I just put my hands on it and be like, close my eyes and be like, okay, I'm feeling this, and why am I feeling like this? What can I do for you? Is there anything I can do now? And I try to connect like with my intuition, and I try and communicate directly with the emotion and the sensation, as if it was, you know, something I could communicate with actually. And then usually the answers come to my mind through my intuition. After I understand what I'm feeling and where it is in my body, I like to journal, because that's also another way you can connect to the unconscious mind. Journaling is something that you could do, and everyone has a pen and paper, so you could do it at any moment. And that's also going to help you a lot to understand more about what you're feeling and how you can help your body, your mind, and your soul feel better. And you know, Another way you could do this is to, if you don't have pen and paper or you cannot write in that moment, you could record yourself with your phone and just, talk and say whatever you're feeling. Or you could record yourself in a video. Like, I have videos that I don't even know if I'm ever going to share on social media or on YouTube, because they were videos that I was doing for myself to express how I was feeling in that moment, because I felt like I needed to talk and to look straight into something, even if it was just the eye of a camera. And that's what I did, and even that was actually helping me feel better. And or you could write like on your phone, like on the notes. If you cannot do it manually, you can always do it digitally. And apart from that, what you could do as well is to meditate, and just sit still and try to listen to your intuition and what your body wants, what your soul wants. If you don't like to meditate with your eyes closed, you could always go to a park to take a walk in nature, and not listening to anything, not listening to music, not listening to podcasts, because you need to be fully present in what you're doing and where you are. And something that I love to do is to just walk in the grass barefoot, because I feel like it's a deep connection to nature and it makes me feel a lot grounded. And then another thing that really helps me a lot whenever I start feeling like fear and as if, I cannot do this, I'm never gonna find a solution, oh my god, like it's the end of the world. Whenever I start feeling like that, I like to remind myself, I like to have a conversation with myself and remind myself that everything is fine, I'm here, I still have a roof on my head, I still have food every day, my basic needs are covered, I'm warm. Even if it's winter and it's freaking cold outside, I am warm. And so everything else, there is a solution. Like literally, if there is a problem, it's because we are able to overcome it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on our path and in our life. Because in the end, like, the universe only tries to help us, and I feel like problems are never problems if you don't see like that. I see problems as lessons. So whenever something happens, I'm like, okay, what do I need to learn from this? What do I need to understand? How can this be the thing that makes me stronger, the thing that makes me wiser, the thing that makes me more mature, the thing that makes me better? And yeah, I mean, whenever you start seeing things as lessons instead of problems, it's actually a lot easier to find a solution to address them, because you don't feel threatened. You feel like, okay, this might be good or it might not. I mean, it's shit. Like, whenever something bad happens, you feel really bad, you feel like, why did this have to happen to me? Like, I don't deserve it. And you're right. Like, it would have been a lot better if it didn't happen, but it happened. So we have to work with that. And it's always good, to have a good cry or feel your emotions completely. If you feel sad and you feel like crying or just, laying in bed for 2 hours or 3, do it. And then after you do that, after you feel hopeless and after you feel like you cannot do it, just pull yourself together and find a solution, because there is a solution. I can assure you that there is always a solution. And so I don't know, I feel like this is all I wanted to talk about today. Right now I feel like I am going to journal because I'm not feeling that well. I really hope that you're okay and that you're feeling great. And if you're not, then I'm here. You can find me on YouTube, of course, but you can also find me on Instagram. My emails keep popping up. You can find me on Instagram. You can send me an email. Here you go. You can find me on my blog. Like in whatever way you want to reach out to me, do it. I love to talk to people and I love to help people. So if I can be of help in any way, let me know, whether by leaving a comment down below or whether texting me or DMing me or emailing me privately. Feel free to do it. I'm sending you unconditional love, and remember to laugh and play. Until next time I see you soon.